Check, 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 check. Check. Check, 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 check. 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 Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, 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 check. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, 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 check. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yogi. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Check. Testing. Check. Check. Testing. Check. Check. Test. Check. Can you hear me now? 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 Okay, that's good. Okay, if you're out there, I'm going to give it about 3 more minutes so that latecomers don't miss the beginning, because I've got a really great show planned for you, and it will be starting very soon. Three minutes. Okay, we're getting ready. We're going to roll in 5. All right. First, I know you'll want to see my stand-in. This is how I get set up, right? I light the room using this stand-in. He sits right here. And then, when it's time to go here, I replace the stand-in with me. All right, so let's get set up for our video, and we will start this procession almost immediately. We'll turn off the little crawly thing at the bottom. We will turn off the big camera so you just see me up in the upper right. And here we go. In 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Hi there. I'm Bob Dr. Mac LeVitus. I'm the author of 84 books, thousands of columns and reviews. I've been a freelance writer for over 30 years, and my main thing I do is I show Mac users how to do more work in less time so they have more time to do the things they love. So here's the deal. I'm going to promise you something, and in under an hour, in less than an hour, I'm going to promise you that I will, in this 1-hour workshop, I'm going to show you 3 simple, you know what? I'm going to start over because I see that we just had somebody here and I didn't like that first opening. So let's do it again. All the way back. All right? Here we go. Take two. Let's say hi to this person first before I start. Hello. Oh, well, I should have said hi from here. All right, ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hi there. I'm Bob Dr. Mac LeVitus, and I'm the creator of Working Smarter for Mac Users. I'm also the author of 84 books, including iPhone for Dummies, Mac OS, High Sierra for Dummies, and all the other Mac OS, Mac OS books before that, iPad for Dummies, the little iTunes book, Stupid Mac Tricks, Dr. Macintosh, lots of books, thousands of columns. And today I'm here to tell you about Working Smarter. This is my thing now. And what is Working Smarter? I show Mac users how to do more work in less time so they have more time for the things they love. So here's my promise. In this 1-hour workshop, in less than an hour, I'm going to show you 3 simple Working Smarter techniques that are going to save you up to 15 minutes or more every single day for the rest of your life. How do you like that? I'm assuming you sit in front of a Mac for part of the day. So if you do, I am going to show you tricks that will save you time every time you're in front of your Mac for the rest of your life. I got to tell you though, Working Smarter is unlike anything I've ever done before. For one thing, I'm the publisher and the editor and the creative director and the marketing guy and everything else. It's a self-published affair. All of my other 84 books have been for big publishers, and I've never done this before. So it's also unlike anything I've ever done before. Working Smarter is a book. I've got some courses that are in the Working Smarter series. And the thing is, I guarantee you I can help you finish almost anything you're going to do on your Mac better, faster, or more elegantly than you do today, and that I can save you countless wasted hours, period. All right, so you may be thinking, is Working Smarter for me? Here's the thing. Working Smarter for Mac users is for users of all levels. You don't have to be a power user. In fact, it's probably better if you're not. Anybody that wants to learn to be more efficient, to manage their time and their activities better, and to procrastinate less will benefit from Working Smarter. If you make a living sitting in front of a Mac, I guarantee 100% you will learn to do more work in less time. And you're going to have more time to do things you love. All right? Now, Working Smarter consists of 3 different parts. They're all equally important, and you can address one or all, but it's of course best to improve in all 3. Here they are. Your efficiency is number 1. This is, we're talking about, for efficiency, you're talking about things like, what do you already do? You type, you cut, copy, paste, you switch apps, things like that. How do you do that more efficiently? How do you save time when you're doing those things that you do all the time? Manage your activities, that's second. And the thing is, people talk about something called time management. I don't know that there is such a thing. I don't think you can manage time. Time passes at a rate of 1,440 minutes a day, every day. They're all 1,440 minutes, and you can't manage that. What you can manage is how you use your time, what activities you use to fill your time. And that's what I talk about in the Manage Your Activity section. Finally, banishing procrastination. I think almost everybody has sat down at their computer and done something other than what they should be doing. Whatever it is, I've learned how not to do that. So the result is you're going to become a raging thunder lizard of productivity. You're going to work fewer hours, and you're going to do more work in less time than ever before. So let me tell you about what it was like in the beginning for me. I never missed a deadline, and I wrote probably 4 books a year and dozens, if not hundreds, of articles and columns. And by the mid-1990s, I had sold a few books. These are some of them you're seeing. And I was working really long hours, and I was not making any progress. Every day I'd wake up, and I'd have way more to do than I could accomplish, and I'd feel overwhelmed. And I'd wake up in the morning and I'd procrastinate, and I'd start working at 10 or 11 o'clock, and then I'd spend some time surfing the internet, or CompuServe, as it were. I couldn't get myself motivated. A lot of times I had to work till midnight or even past midnight just to break even on the stuff I should have done today. And I got everything done, but it wasn't fun and it wasn't pretty. And I'll tell you something else. About 20 years ago, a friend said, "Why don't you read this book? I think you have ADD." I didn't even know what it was, and now I do, and I have it. In fact, I have it in abundance. According to my shrink, when I took the screening exam, when he was trying to determine whether I have this thing, I said to him, "Do I have it?" And he said, "Oh, you have it. You could be the poster child for adult ADD." I think I had like 17 out of 23 of the pointers that they look for. So I definitely have this, and from then on, I became almost obsessed with being productive. I realized why I hadn't been able to become productive. Part of it was this, and part of it was I didn't know how. And so I set out to learn how. Let me ask you a question. Now, here's the thing. I can't answer your questions in real time, but I want you to type them into the chat box, because at the end of this presentation, I will answer every question. I'll answer them in the order that they've come in. The thing is, I'm the only one here. I don't have any minions. I'm a solopreneur. So I'm doing everything. I'm running the slideshow. I'm talking to you. Working on the video production and everything else. So here's my question. Type it in the chat box. I'm going to just keep going. We'll get to your questions at the end. What is your biggest frustration when you're at your Mac? What's your biggest frustration? Okay? So here's the thing. Think about that. Type it in the box. And I got one more thing before I start showing you some cool Mac stuff. Okay? The one thing is, don't leave early. Because if you leave early, you're going to miss clever wordplay, a bunch of good puns, and the best deal I'm offering on my Working Smarter online course and book. Now, the workshop's going to be available for replay, but the replay won't include the special offers. So because you're here now, you are going to benefit big time, but you have to stay till the end to find out just how much you're going to benefit. All right, now on to Working Smarter technique numero uno, snippets and why they rock. So a snippet is a short bit of text that you type, and when you type it, as soon as you press the space bar or add a punctuation mark, it expands into something longer. So for example, my email address is about 50 characters. But I can have it typed for me as a snippet by typing 3 characters. Okay? Why does that rock? Well, for one thing, using a snippet is faster, easier, and more accurate than typing it yourself, especially when it comes to finger twisters like your email address, your snail mail address, or anything that involves typing something that must be 100% accurate and that a spell checker won't flag. Your home address, your work address, your signature, anything else you type repetitively, you can type it faster and easier and more accurately with snippets. They save you time, they save you effort, and best of all, they prevent embarrassing typos, especially in things you shouldn't misspell, like your email address or your name. So to talk about this in terms of working smarter, this is one of those things that's in the section on efficiency. This is part of working smarter by doing something you already do better, faster, more elegantly. Now, here's how you make one yourself. Here's how to make a snippet yourself for free using nothing more than Mac OS. Okay, so start by launching System Preferences. Click the keyboard icon in the middle there. Then click the Text tab up at the top. And now, click the little plus at the bottom, and that'll open up a new field. It's there on the screen for you, right above the red arrow on the left under WTV. So I'm going to type the snippet in that column where it says Replace. And the with column will be what it's going to type when I type the snippet. And so I type the snippet, which is BW for Bob at WorkingSmarterForMacUsers.com. And then I type its expansion. Here's its expansion, Bob at WorkingSmarterForMacUsers.com. Now here's what happens. Here's the result. Ready? When I type the snippet, there's the snippet. When I press space or punctuation mark and space after that, it changes to in the blink of an eye. Now I'm gonna bail out here of my slideshow. I'm gonna hide it, and I'm gonna open up just a Word document here, and I'm gonna show you a couple other ones because this is so cool. All right, where did I put that? Snippets demo. There it is. Okay, here we go. So, snippets demo coming up. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to show you just a few of my snippets. Ready? Here's one. I have 5 email addresses, and so I have Bob LeVitus at BobLeVitus.com. I have Bob LeVitus at gmail.com. I have Bob LeVitus at Mac.com or me.com. I have Bob LeVitus at iCloud.com. I have Bob at WorkingSmarter.com. That's 5. Yeah. So all of my email addresses are reduced to 2 or 3 characters. Another one is a lot of times I have to type my phone number. I have to type, what else do I do? All right, we're going to take a short thing while I check my notes because I forgot what else I have here. There we go. Okay, here's another example. The books that I write, I always am including them in things that I write, email messages, text messages, whatever. Somebody says, what's your latest book? Well, it's SFD, High Sierra for Dummies. What other books? You got IPD, that's iPhone for Dummies. And you got IPFD, that's iPad for Dummies. And you've got Working Smarter for Mac Users. So think about, I type 2 or 3 characters. When I hit space, it types all of those characters. That's got to save a lot of time. How much time? Well, let's switch back to our slideshow and you will see. Where's my slideshow? Bring me slideshow. Here it is. And in the next slide, okay, so I already did this for you. Look at this. I use a program called Text Expander, which does what I just showed you that you can do for free, but it does it a lot better and has a lot more options and is really, really highly recommended. It's I think $3. It's $4 a month. It's one of these subscription deals, but it's probably the first thing I install on a new Mac. If I'm using a Mac, it's got to have Text Expander running. So look at this. In the past 4 months, this was earlier this year. So from September to January, I expanded almost 9,000 snippets. I saved 217,000 keystrokes, and I saved 12 hours of time at 60 words per minute, which is roughly how fast I type. So isn't that something, right? 12 hours in 4 months. That's 3 hours a month. That is crazy. That's like 3 hours a month. That's real time. 3 hours a month is 36 hours a year, almost a whole work week in a year. Just one thing. So that's my deal. In 4 months, 12 hours. Unbelievable. So now let me ask you this. Which way are you going to do it going forward? Now that you've seen that snippets can save you a ton of time, which way do you want to do it? The easy way or the hard way? Type your answer in the chat box, and I will address them when I get to the end of the presentation all at once. All right? Now, here's a Working Smarter tip number 2. A goal without a plan is just a wish. You need to take the time to plan to get more work done. If you want to get more work done, you need to know exactly what that means and, you know, what exactly you're going to do. rather than just kind of fumbling through the day, identifying things to do as you go through it. Because if you're like me, you will end up with a long to-do list, and you will cherry pick the things that are easy or fun and do them first rather than doing things that are important. So having a plan is really important in the big scheme of getting things done, and also identifying those most important tasks. There's stuff that must be done today, and that stuff needs to be identified so that you know what you need to finish today. And a plan, again, helps you do that. So have you identified your most important tasks for the day? Do you do that every morning like I do? Every morning I fill out a form like this and put stuff down pretty much hour by hour. What am I going to do? I'm going to read the webinar PDFs. I'm going to cancel Harry's. I'm going to write R&R number 224. I'm going to do the PT course. I'm going to do PR pitches. Those are the things I'm going to do, and that's the time that I'm going to do them. Interesting, huh? So my day is always planned like that. And a plan will help you finish more work in less time. And a lot of times in the old days, I'd work until midnight and not get half the stuff on the left side of this page done. Now, I almost always get out of the office by dinner time. I'm rarely working after dinner, and only then when I didn't get as much done as I should have for whatever reason. But most days I don't work past 5 or 6 o'clock. I'm done. I did a full day of work. I accomplished and checked off everything on the list. So that's managing your activities. It's like if you walk in the office in the morning and you don't know what you're going to do, and you don't have goals or at least priorities, you're going to waste a lot of time just figuring out what to do next. All right, so that addresses your second leg, managing your activities within time. Okay, here we go. Ready? Guy Kawasaki, the chief evangelist of Canva, former evangelist for Apple and Mercedes-Benz brand ambassador, said it's no coincidence that the day after he read my book, Working Smarter for Mac Users, he started working on his next book, and he's going to finish it because of my book. I just asked Guy to read the book and let me know how he liked it. So that's what I got, and I got it on Valentine's Day, which was pretty nice. All right, so here's the thing. The thing you just saw, this guy back here, the planning worksheet, that's called Super Plan. I made that because I never could find one that I liked well enough to use. There's lots of people that have these available. Some of them are in hardcover books that are, you know, designed to do stuff like this. But I found that my form works for me much better than anything I found anywhere else. So download my free productivity planning worksheet. It's called Super Plan. But since I don't want you to leave before the end, I'm going to put up a slide with the URL for you to get that free at the very end of the workshop, not before. Okay, I have another question for you. I want you to type this in the chat box. Are you going to try making a plan? This is one of my go-to ideas. If I don't do this, I cut down my productivity by probably half. If I'm not organized and planning what needs to get done and allocating time for it, well, I probably won't get it done. All right, so if you think you're going to make a plan, type a yes or say yes, I'm going to make a plan, or no, I don't like plans in the chat box, and we'll talk a little about that when we get to the end of this presentation. Okay, now let's go on to the third and final Working Smarter technique. This is called the Pomodoro technique. Do you do the Pomodoro? Here's the thing. The hardest part of writing is keeping your ass in the chair, according to Wallace Stegner, famous American novelist, or Oliver Stone, Academy Award-winning director and screenwriter, says the secret to writing a screenplay is keeping your ass in the chair. And while I agree with those, I think the secret to getting stuff done, if you're using a Mac to get your stuff done, is keeping your ass in the chair. Because if your ass isn't in the chair, you're not getting things done. You're not doing work. So here's the thing about Pomodoro. Pomodoro was named, I'll tell you what it was named after in a couple more slides, but it's been around since the 80s, and it's a real easy technique. It says you set a timer for 25 minutes. and you do one thing and one thing only for 25 minutes. If you are interrupted or you leave that thing to do something else, you need to start the timer over and start a new session of 25 minutes of doing one thing only. So when you do this, you get very focused, and you will find that you get more done in 25 minutes than you used to get done in 25 minutes, because you're not getting interrupted and you're not leaving the zone, I call it. When you're right there, you know, everything is just flowing. An interruption can take, after an interruption, it can take you up to 20 minutes to get back in the zone. So if you can do 25 minutes without distraction, you'll get a lot done. So here's how I do it. I use a free app called ZoneBox. It used to be a $5 app, but now it's free and it's worth it. It's worth $5 even. And what I like about it is, number one, I can load it up with all the things I'm going to do today. So there's a list of like 10 things that I'm going to do. Most of them are 25-minute things. And you can see I'm in the middle of webinar 2.0. And at the bottom it says 13, and there's a purple line down at the bottom of the window, and there's also a purple line up in the menu bar. So the thing is, it's showing me how far along in my 25 minutes I am, and 13 is about halfway. So I love this, that I can look at either of those purple things and know about how far along I am in my 25-minute Pomodoro session. And then it also has the exact number, 13 minutes. So I have 13 minutes remaining. That's about half. And I really like to know that, because I have ADD, and my mother used to call it spilkies, or ants in my pants. I can't sit still. And so 25 minutes is a challenge for me, and I like to know how much more I have. Makes it a lot easier for me to keep my ass in the chair. One more thing. You waste less time. And there. I forgot. This is the slide I was going to tell you. Pomodoro means tomato in Italian, and the guy that invented it used a timer like this, a kitchen timer, to time his sessions. So here's the thing: you don't need you don't need software, you don't need anything else. All you need is something to keep time. You can say to the S lady in your iPhone, "Hey, S lady, set a timer for 25 minutes," and she'll do that. You can tell the A lady the same thing. Say, "Hey, A, set a timer for 25 minutes," and that'll work. You can download hundreds of different apps for the Mac and iOS. But you don't need any of that. All you need is anything that can time 25 minutes and ding when you're done. Pomodoro sessions help you avoid procrastination. It's very difficult to procrastinate if you're doing one thing for 25 minutes, unless that one thing is procrastinating. Now, here's the thing. Doing Pomodoros and having a plan, blocking time out for your work, is a game changer. This is a guy that took one of my course. He says he feels like he has a new lease on life. He's more productive. He's fallen in love with his Mac again. For all skill levels, give it a go. This guy was just so happy to learn all this stuff, because it's all pretty simple, but when you put it all together, you could become a raging thunder lizard of productivity. All right? Now I have another question for you, and I want you to type this in the chat box, and I'll answer it when we get to the end, and that is, why are you here today? What is your reason for being here? I promised you I would save you time every time you sat down at your Mac. Do you have that issue? Do you not know how to do things fast, or do you not know how to plan your tasks so that you get them done? Or do you have a problem with procrastination? Do you fall down the rabbit hole? What's the deal? You know, what's your deal? Are you as efficient as you want to be when you use your Mac? Would you like to spend less time working and more time doing things you love? Are you ready to banish procrastination forever? Don't you want to be a raging thunder lizard of productivity? At this juncture, you have two options. You can do it one of two ways. You can do it the old slow way, and you can do it the new fast way. I'm going to say, I hope you're going to do it the new fast way, and this is the new fast way. Me. I created a solution called Working Smarter for Mac Users. It's an online course, as well as a book, ebook. And in both, I show Mac users how to do more work in less time so they have more time for things they love. You may be wondering if it's for you. Remember what I said. It's for Mac users of any skill level. Remember, I've written dozens of books for dummies, and I know how to write clearly and concisely without jargon. I know how to explain this stuff so that my mother can understand it, or my wife. If you think you could be doing more work in less time, I'm sure you could. Let me show you how I can help, okay? First of all, my course, the online course, Working Smarter for Mac Users, has 73 short lessons, each lesson less than 10 minutes, most under 5 minutes, and they're broken into 3 parts that should by now sound familiar to you. 3 parts, 73 lessons, broken down like this. 26 lessons, 22 lessons, 23 lessons, but here's what's really, it's about 10 hours total. But here's the important thing, at least to me. A lot of times you'll take these things and they will be created by committee. This is entirely written, produced, and edited by yours truly. I had virtually no help doing all of this, and I promise you the quality is good. I worked very hard to do professional level work without having a lot of expensive professionals sitting in my room here. So I wrote, produced, and edited every single lesson, and they're optimized for your desktop and mobile web browsers. You can watch these lessons on any device. I've watched them on my iPhone, my Macs, my iPad. And they look great on any of the 3. And of course, every lesson comes with a transcript. So every word I say, you can download a PDF so that you have those words on your hard disk forever and ever and ever. Plus, I'm there to answer your questions personally. Each course has a discussion, each lesson has a discussion board. So when you have a question, you just post it on the discussion board and I jump on there and answer them, usually the same day and often within the hour. I don't have any minions. It's me that's going to answer you. I don't have anybody answering questions for me, and I hope not to ever need that. I'm a solopreneur, and so far, no minions, and I'm happy to keep it that way. So here's the deal. The course normally sells for $4.99. But because you attended my workshop and you're here now, which I love, thank you very much, you're going to get the deal for 60% off and pay just $1.99. $1.99. But here's the thing. Don't delay, because this one-time offer is going to expire at midnight this Sunday. Ready? Well, if you spend did I say that already? Yeah, don't delay. This one-time offer expires at midnight on Sunday. So if you spend too much time chasing rabbits down rabbit holes, if you procrastinate when you know you should be working, regardless of what your rabbit holes are, whether it's Facebook, eBay, Etsy, tabloid newspapers, or even, gasp, cat videos on YouTube, you'll learn to do more work in less time every day. I guarantee it. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. If it's not everything I say it is, I'll cheerfully refund your money. Now just imagine yourself finishing all of your work before dinner time every day, day in and day out. Imagine how good it feels to get it all done before you walk out of the office for dinner every day. I got to tell you, I know how happy that makes me. Now, you got nothing to lose and oh so much to gain. So let me just give you a quick rundown of what happens after you enroll. So here's what happens. First, you're going to get a welcome email from me almost immediately with login instructions, and then you can dive right in. I suggest you start with the introduction and prelude, which are both longer than 10 minutes, but they set the stage for everything to come. They give you the context. Or if you're eager to just start learning, dive into the first lesson if you prefer. The whole course is available at once. I don't do that drip thing where you have to finish lesson 1 to see lesson 2. No, you can watch them in any order you want, and you can binge watch or binge learn anytime for as many lessons as you want in any one sitting. So do whatever suits you best, but I recommend that you finish as quickly as possible, because then and only then can you put the full array of Working Smarter techniques to work for you. Now you'll also receive a weekly reminder for as long as you have unwatched lessons. So Save 60% by enrolling today. All right? And here you go. Use the coupon code SAVE60 and you'll save 60%. But remember, this expires on Sunday at midnight. All right, I'm going to paste the URL into the chat now for the course. Are you ready? Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, wait. I need to find out. There it is. Okay. Here it comes. Course URL, of course. And there it is, the course URL. Okay. And back to our previously scheduled slideshow. So if you've got any questions, I'd like you to type them into the chat box now. You've got nothing to lose and countless hours to gain. Now, if any of you are still on the fence about all this, type your concerns into the chat box, and we're about done. I'm going to do my best to address and answer all your questions right here and right now within the 1 hour I promised you I'd get you out of here by. Okay? And remember that the special offer expires on Sunday night. So, start working smarter. Isn't it about time you did something about all the time you waste every day? Start working smarter and let me become the raging thunder lizard of productivity you could be. There is one last thing. Here's where to download your Super Plan Productivity Planning Worksheet. Okay? I'm going to paste that URL into the chat now. Here comes the URL into the chat, and here we go. There's the URL for your freebie. Okay, and I got one more. Wait a minute. Let's go with the closing credits here. Are you ready? You've got nothing to lose and countless hours to gain. Remember this offer. I'm going to give you your freebie there, and here come the credits. And that retires the side. That's the end, at least for now. I hope to see you in class, and I'm going to pop back on screen and answer all of your questions now. That's all I got. I hope you had a good time. I hope you learned a lot. I will be back next week with the same exact show. If you liked it, come back and watch it again next Thursday at noon Central. And that's all I got for now. Shecky, get the jet. I'm out of here.